doing that for real, yo.
Charges have been filed.
I mean, I can't get mad with him because it's just like putting a loaded gun, but it wasn't like that. It wasn't. No, it wasn't like he put a whole bunch. They only found specks of that shit.
No. If he get
these years, he ain't been getting clipped or nothing. So now, that's that snack shit. I'm telling you. Y'all laugh. I'm always.
No, do tell. Open up.
The scheduled rematch between Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach is currently facing uncertainty after Davis reportedly tested positive twice in his latest VETA screenings. According to the boxing regulatory body, consequently, the boxing officials have decided to put the August 16th bout on hold until a thorough investigation is completed. They intend to conduct additional tests, including one by USADA, to verify the initial findings.
And that guy that a part of it, he been caught before. He went to jail for it.
You're talking about Victor Conti?
He went to jail, right?
Victor Conti?
Yeah. And he the owner of the snack shop.
Many believe that Gervonta Davis might be growing weary of boxing, especially since he has now gone winless in a fight and, for the first time in his career, tested positive for PEDs all within the same year. This news breaks just as the boxing community thought they had finally secured a worthy opponent for the formidable Davis, despite numerous speculations, including some claims that Tank may have deliberately taken performance-enhancing drugs to avoid facing Lamont Roach again. Neither he nor his team has issued any official statement yet.
72 hours for the test to come back, right?
Came back after the fight, yeah.
Right. So why ain't come out that Tuesday or that week next? They waited to Canelo fight to push that he had something in his drug. Then,
to reassure his supporters and counter the rumors, Tank took to his official page to affirm that the fight is still happening. He emphasized that there's no cause for concern and that everything is proceeding as planned. Meanwhile, Richard Hitchens, seemingly aiming to strike back at Gervonta Davis, has disclosed additional information regarding Davis's positive test results.
ESPN that night promoting that he was it's all in. I'm telling you.
In boxing's ever-dramatic arena, where rivalries often overshadow the fights themselves, a fresh conflict has surfaced between former allies. IBF super lightweight champion Richardson Hitchens and Gervonta Davis. What started as a casual jab on social media quickly escalated, sparking widespread speculation among fans about a possible rift between the two. The trigger was a sharp comment from Tank on an online post. "I'm done helping a lot of weird guys." This remark came alongside training footage showing Hitchens using Davis's gloves to ignite his fire before hitting the pads while both practiced side by side. The pointed remark swiftly circulated online, drawing attention for its clear target. Richardson Hitchens. What followed was a heated exchange on X, formerly Twitter, with tensions rising further as Tank warned, "When I see you, be ready." With his fight against George Kambosos Jr. coming up this Saturday, boxing reporters surrounded Hitchens, and naturally, one asked the 27-year-old about his recent feud with former friend Tank. Given their shared history, the IBF champion responded with measured calm, saying, "It is what it is." But that calm soon shifted to quiet pride and defiance. "Tank thinks he's helped me, but I feel like I've helped Tank," Hitchens remarked, acknowledging their past connection while refusing to let Davis have the final say. Then, the verbal sparring intensified.
I'm not understanding it. Nah, yo, bro lost his mind. Bro went to bro locker room and they try to jump my boy. Yo, that's crazy. That's crazy.
I always been a real friend to Tank. I couldn't give him financially, but as far as like help him trying to stay on track, like yo, let's be in the gym. Let's go to the gym. You in New York? Let's train with me, or like I even looked out for Tank for his birthday and try to like give back in my my way. Or like when Tank was in jail, he would call my phone every day.
Regarding that comment, Richardson Hitchens told the crowd of reporters, "I've put in the work myself. Nobody handed me chains, cars, or bought me an apartment." This was a clear reference to how Floyd Mayweather played a role in Tank's rise. to fame with a steady voice and a firm message. Hitchens emphasized that his own career wasn't built on anyone else's support. The Brooklyn native drove his point home like a boxer landing precise combos, saying, "No one used their platform to get me on undercards or gave me favors. Everything I achieved came through my hard work and commitment. Every challenge I faced, I conquered on my own."
Every single day, like every day, every three times a day. I thought I was a girl. You thought I was a girl. I'm like, you don't have nobody else to talk to, bro. Like 3 times a day, like no cap. But it's like that's my bro. Like you feel me? Like I was talking to him every day. He was telling me about his stories in jail and like how going in. You feel me? But like that's my guy. You know what I'm saying? I wish him the best because
"Now I'm a champion, and I'm making the most of it," he declared with confidence, each statement landing like a precise, powerful strike, bold, assured, and unapologetic. While Gervonta Davis, known as boxing's bad boy and a knockout specialist, may have launched the first verbal attack, Hitchens refused to be backed into a corner. He responded with measured composure. Not long ago, Richardson Hitchens was receiving widespread praise for the Baltimore native's rising star.
I gotta ask you a couple of things. There's been a bit of beef with you and Tank online about this chain that he gave you. What can you say about that? Because he's basically saying you've taken his chain.
I got no comments to that. You know, I'm here now. I'm living my dream. I'm a world champion. I'm a 7-figure fighter, and I'm okay. You know, I work hard for what I got. Tank work hard for what he got, and that's it. That's just what it is. We both came from the same place. He came from nothing. I came from nothing, and now look.
On the eve of his fight against Lamont Roach Jr. in New York, Richardson Hitchens gave a striking evaluation of Gervonta Davis during an interview. While praising Tank's extraordinary natural ability, Hitchens also subtly referenced Davis's history with performance-enhancing drugs, speaking about the 30-year-old IBF 140-pound champion. Hitchens expressed deep respect for his unique talents. The two fighters, once teammates and sparring partners under Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s promotion, have since pursued separate paths in their careers. Still, Hitchens made one thing perfectly clear: Tank's skills are undeniable. What sets Tank apart is that he possesses everything in boxing's playbook, Hitchens remarked.
Look, my face is in Madison Square Garden. I'm bringing the city out for a world championship fight. This is that I dreamed of. So, you know, I just want to thank the man above for all this.
What will it mean to you tomorrow night when you walk out to defend your world title at Madison Square Garden, all your friends and family and the whole...
Hitchens went even further, emphasizing the ruthless efficiency of Tank's arsenal. He has every punch imaginable: a hook, an uppercut, a left hand, and he can knock you out with any of them. Tank's power is immense, you can tell. It's the kind of strength that comes once in a generation, he explained. What followed was a remark that quickly spread throughout the boxing community. "He's like a crazy crackhead athlete, maybe juiced or something," Hitchens exclaimed, capturing the raw unpredictability and explosive nature of Davis's fighting style.
Rate Tank's power. Is he the hardest puncher you've been in there with? Has there been harder punchers than
I don't
him?
think Tank is the hardest puncher I've been in there with. I just think Tank is very precise and very precise, very fast and very explosive. I don't think like Tank ain't gonna hit me with a left hand and it's gonna be like, oh my god, like this is so hard, I don't feel it. Like it's just like boom, like it's quick, like it's so quick, boom, like it's slip.
This statement also served as a significant acknowledgement of Tank's positive test. While Hitchens pointed out some drawbacks, like Tank's height and reach, he quickly dismissed them as insignificant compared to his overall skill set. When it comes to everything else, he's got it all, he concluded. Therefore, before the rematch, it's crucial for the boxing authorities to thoroughly investigate the matter of Gervonta Davis's use of performance-enhancing drugs.
Boom! It's like, what the like that's how, and it's so precise. I think
The timing?
the timing and the twitchiness to it. It's like you could be doing something like, you know, it's saying boxing don't throw a lazy jab. Like Tank is one of the guys, you throw a lazy jab, you might get away the first 2-3 times, just like with Leo Santa Cruz. First, second, third, fourth round, you getting away with that jab. 8th round, boom, and now you.
Now it's clearer why Gervonta Davis stood so strongly behind Ryan Garcia during his suspension. This wasn't a case where one member of the group got caught and the rest distanced themselves. Instead, Davis stood his ground and defended his teammate against the whole boxing community. Part of the reason was likely that he was quietly concerned about his own situation, especially since recent revelations suggest he may have also engaged in prohibited practices.
Tank want a rematch, do you let me know now? Do you want to fight Tank again? You say you don't want to do a rematch. Do you want to fight Tank?
100%. It's only a matter of time. We're gonna fight. We're gonna fight again. It's just whenever the fight gonna happen.
So it's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
Okay. They taking one in New York again. Do you want to fight again in the Barclays Center?
I wouldn't mind.
Go look at Ryan versus Devin, and go look at my fight versus versus Ryan. You can tell that Ryan can't look no different. If he looked any different, he probably looked worse. He just was a bigger person, much slower.
In a tweet that was later deleted, the Baltimore fighter wrote, "They're doing everything possible to strip Ryan of his victory. If that's the case, then Eddie Hearn the Silver Spoon Kid." However, Davis soon realized that a single tweet wasn't enough to fully express his frustration. In a follow-up tweet also deleted, he criticized the entire boxing community supporting Garcia and leveled serious accusations against Eddie Hearn. Davis wrote, "The whole boxing world is messed up. Every boxer on my timeline who claims Ryan cheated, forget them. Ryan had to cheat to win because nothing tested positive. He fought alongside a promoter clearly wanting his fighter to come out on top. And Eddie's known for shady dealings. Eddie Hearn, who has promoted Haney since 2019 and maintains a close relationship with him, didn't take kindly to Davis's comments. He blamed me. Honestly, the guy's an idiot." Hearn told reporters, "I've already reached out to him."
What's the beef with Eddie Hearn? That's the question I'm with. He's a snake in a suit. That's all. He's a snake.
Why Eddie Hearn?
Bro, he let what's the guy's name? Donovan test positive and was still gonna let him fight.
One thing about Gervonta Davis is that he often speaks boldly, but why delete your tweets? Can you stand by what you say? He comes out accusing Eddie Hearn of shady behavior, then deletes the post. "Anyway, I'm not involved in collecting Ryan Garcia's blood and urine samples," the promoter said. Tank insisted Garcia was being framed and took another jab at Hearn, prompting the promoter to confront Davis privately. Meanwhile, Ryan Garcia's father, Henry, has now spoken about Davis's upcoming rematch with Lamont Roach, offering advice ahead of the fight. As Davis prepares for the highly anticipated rematch later this year, Henry Garcia, a seasoned voice in boxing and coach of Davis's former rival Ryan Garcia, is making headlines by pointing out a significant weakness in Tank's current strategy, a flaw that could cost him if not fixed. Speaking to Fight Hub TV during a press conference for Ryan's next fight, Garcia Sr. didn't hold back with his candid assessment.
On an Eddie Hearn show? Or does it need to
No,
be?
because I can't trust Eddie Hearn. You can't trust Eddie Hearn. You can't at all.
Why are you standing with Ryan Garcia over this? How can we stand with Ryan Garcia over the failed tests?
See, another thing. You know why I'm backing Ryan? Because a lot of boxers.
His age is starting to show, Garcia Sr. remarked, pointing out that Davis's legs aren't as strong or quick as they used to be. This was a surprising observation for a fighter only 30 years old. Garcia also raised concerns about a key coaching change before the fight with Roach, instead of his longtime coach Calvin Ford. Barry Hunter was in Davis's corner, leading to speculation. Garcia Sr. suggested that this switch could have contributed to Davis's lackluster performance, saying he changed his trainer, and that might have been a factor. Although Ford later explained that Hunter stepped in due to scheduling conflicts, not any disagreements. Garcia Sr. and others remain doubtful that the change didn't affect them.
You see how it seems? Why did it take 30? 72 hours for the test to come back, right?
Came back after the fight, yeah.
Right. So why ain't come out that Tuesday or that week that they waited till Canelo fight to push that he had something in his drug. Then once they
When asked whether he thought Davis had done enough to win, Garcia didn't hold back. There's no way you can say Tank won. No way. Despite the controversy, Davis remains undefeated, but with his reputation at stake, a rematch with Roach is reportedly scheduled for June 2025. According to Boxing Kingdom, the fight might take place in Las Vegas, though some insiders are advocating for a return to New York, where their first bout was a sellout. Michael Woods, a respected boxing journalist, pointed out that since both fighters hail from the East Coast, New York would be a natural and appealing choice.
Gervonta Davis, it is so painful listening to this guy who knows absolutely nothing, right? And he's like, I don't know if you saw the clip, it's like, yeah, what I want to know is, like, how comes they let him fight if he had it in his system?
Despite Tank's immense star power and Las Vegas' status as boxing's premier stage, the final choice will ultimately lie with Davis and his team. However, if Davis wants to keep his place among the sport's elite and avoid another disappointing performance, he'll need to address the concerns raised by Garcia and others. His footwork, trainer setup, and overall sharpness will all come under close scrutiny as the rematch with Roach approaches. Fans can expect a thrilling showdown, Roach eager to prove the first fight wasn't a fluke, and Davis determined to reclaim his dominance. The big question remains, can Davis silence the skeptics and prove he's still the same fighter who brutally defeated Ryan Garcia, or is his reign as boxing's lightweight king beginning to fade? According to Henry Garcia's insights, Barry Hunter is likely to be back in Davis's corner, especially since a reunion with longtime coach Calvin Ford doesn't seem likely anytime soon. With Barry Hunter failing to secure a victory in his first fight with Davis, it seems likely history will repeat itself when Gervonta Davis faces Lamont Roach again. The rematch was expected to be another straightforward night in the ring for Davis and his team. When the bout was announced, Team Davis showed no signs of worry or doubt. Roach was a familiar opponent with a solid record, and although he held a title, he was seen as the smaller fighter and a clear underdog from the start. Roach fought like someone with a point to prove. He displayed excellent boxing skills from the outside, and when Davis pushed him to drop his jab and engage inside, Roach adapted without hesitation.
And he switched his trainer. Could be another factor.
Barry Hunter being the head trainer and Coach Calvin being outside.
Yeah, but he snapped at Calvin too. So that's there was something going on. I really don't know, and I couldn't really speculate on that because I don't know, but I know that something was bothering Tank, because Tank is a good fighter and he's out to hurt you, but hey, Mont Roach stood his ground, and he did a great job. There's no way you could say Tank won. There's no way.
Do you think that he's diminished in some way, or do you think that just mentally he just wasn't there for the fight?
Well, a little bit of both. His age is catching up to him. His legs aren't there as he used to be.
When the final bell sounded, the crowd at Brooklyn's Barclays Center was left stunned. After 36 intense minutes of relentless action, fans weren't sure who would come out on top as the judges' scores were carefully added up. Team Davis waited anxiously, but the smile that had once been on their faces gradually faded when their fighter was handed a majority decision draw.
It was about 2 or 3 o'clock. I don't know, track of time, dates, and everything. It was a spirited fight. And if you remember earlier on when we spoke at the Barclays, and actually on All Access, I told you then, Lamont, the very skillful fighter, the fighters from the area, in that DMV area, there's a lot of talent, and nobody wants to lose. Nobody wants to lose. So I knew it was going to be a hard fight. Played extremely hard. I told you earlier, Lamont Roach was never a cheap date, so we knew that going into this fight. I thought that
What was going through your mind when you heard the decision?
Nobody like a draw, you know, from a guy that get knockouts and things.
For the first time in his professional career, Davis left the ring without an official victory, as he quietly took his seat backstage. His team, including Barry Hunter, shook their heads in disagreement with the judge's decision. Hunter, who stepped into the head coach role ahead of Calvin Ford, firmly believes the outcome was unfair. From his perspective, Davis faced a tough challenge but deserved the win. That's all for now. For the latest updates on boxing news, highlights, and events, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on quality content like this. Until next time, peace.